Never thought I'd get to see what an actual midlife crisis would look like in the social media segment, but there it is.
James just nailed it. James just
crushed that. You know he practiced that in the mirror. He's the type of guy who practiced that in the mirror beforehand.
Yeah.
Got a little leather jacket on.
He's having fun. He's having fun over
Can't wait to see him
there
buy a
on the
sports car. That's going to be the next
Well, it's
one
the trainers. It's the trainers at the
Oh,
moment. That's
yes.
where the money's going. The trainers.
Yeah.
You just
That's
keep your eye on James's trainers. They change every day. I think the luggage that he brings is like maybe a separate luggage just for trainers. He brings that many of them. So.
Oh, Dad's acting out again at the family barbecue. Someone get him. Mum, get him in. Do something.
So let's talk about the teams. I want to talk about the keyboards. I'm loving the keyboards these days. They're all getting fancy, all different fancy light shows.
You just after a free keyboard?
No, no, actually, because I've just bought one.
Oh, what did you go for? Not Spawn.
So, well,
Maybe Spawn, but not on the show.
I can spin through all the sponsors because originally I tweeted out, and obviously I used to have my old Zowie one.
Yeah.
They had the nice metal
keyboard,
caps on the WASD, which I really liked. But one of the caps basically almost got to the point the D key just kept falling off. It was like, so okay, it was like I need a new keyboard. Everyone said get the Rockout Vulcan. Is it 120, 121, whatever it is, the new one? Yeah, the new
really?
the Rockout Vulcan 121. You cannot buy it for love nor money in Germany right now, and not with an English setup. Yeah, it's a really nice keyboard. So I ended up, I actually got the Steel Series Apex Pro, which actually is really good, really good. I really like it. It's exactly what I wanted. So nice, fancy, and you got all the fancy lights on it. And then my fiance Anna, she also wanted a keyboard as well. She needed a new one because her old Black Widow Chroma was played up as well. So
Razer products.
Keys. So yeah.
Not a sponsor. So
wow. Okay.
What they break?
And she ended up getting the. Damn, what was it? What is it? The Logitech? It was the Logitech.
Logitech with some nice ones.
Was it Logitech? What did you get? No, it was a Razer. She got another Razer. I'm sure she did.
Why? Does she like to try and just change them out every now and then?
It's weird. No, it's honestly, it's really nice. I can't remember what the keyboard was that. It was a Razer.
Turning into the Alienware of PC gaming these
but it was
days. Probably another sponsor.
But honestly, it's like looking through the keyboard. Because I've obviously been shopping for the keyboards, I've now been religiously looking at what the keyboards all the pros have. Now, one rule that you guys might not know about that I mentioned is that the pros, obviously all the gear they have here, the keyboards, the mice, they have to stay here. They have to have 2 sets of what they use. Yeah. So if you get one like a limited edition, stubby keyboard or something, well, you got to have 2 of them or you can't use it.
Yeah,
so which is why some of these guys have like, you know, the stubby, what's the brand?
Keyless. Oh, you mean Ducky or?
Ducky, yeah, the Ducky keyboards, which are actually really bloody expensive.
They're amazing.
But they're perfect. But they're perfect for like these sort of setups when you're like limited
desk space.
Like when you see Misa with a mouse pad like that.
Yeah, that
I mean,
it's
meant for keyboard and mouse, but he's like using the entire thing for the mouse to palm across there. But yeah, so like there you go. Look, the keyless keyboard. It's exactly right on
Tilted
point.
to the
what
side.
we're talking about there.
I mean, I'd say the one thing with PUBG is you don't necessarily need the keypad as much. You know what I mean? Like the additional.
You don't need a numpad.
Not really. Yeah, numpad. Sorry, my brain just went missing. But no,
weirdly enough, right? And I think some still do it. I used to use cursor keys way back when. As the movement for when we used to play Battlefield 942 as a pro level. And that was because I'd used the various keys around the side of it. I don't know. And then I'd also have the keyboard turned. So you'd have the full turn. Because it was just lacking on this on desk space. So you'd have the big mouse over here. And then I obviously switched over to WASD like everyone in the world. Unless you're Froz, who uses like something like randomly in the middle of the keyboard.
I know a lot of people who did that from Quake, for example, because they want to be able to have as many keys around them to have all their weapon binds on. Again, I think PUBG allows you to play a very vanilla style game. You're not having to buy weapons. You don't need more than, you know what I mean? Like
you only get what you find on the floor.
Right, exactly. So it's not like there's too much to worry about. So I actually don't think there's too much of a bother, but again, I've got to the point where it's like I've found stuff that I like, and the problem is now that I have to make sure I buy enough of it, because if it goes out of like, you know, the cycle,
they come back. Just look at the old little Logitech mouse. I actually had about 20 of those
They don't have the Intelli mouse that I used to use, the 1.1, I think it is, the symmetrical one, the one where it's like you can use it on either hand.
They have the comebacks. They realized that, you know, these were very popular products.
Oh, they were it was just like so simple, so easy to use. I remember I used to have a custom Navi one. Well, it wasn't custom, it was a dodgy.
Ubah's back at it. He's training again. Everybody else sat there. Ubah's training. I like it. I mean, we're going to see a Miramar performance from FaZe again.
Again, I think it's a lot about comfort these days. Compared to back in the day, most of these products are all pretty good. If you're actually looking at like what they can do. Most of it is just like stylistically what they're used to, what they're comfortable with. It's you know, it's pretty easy going on them. There's no big hard, you know, need for anything other than the norm in PUBG, at least for now.
We're all sponsored
Not
these
full
days as well, these
milli-sim.
guys.
True, the old spawn. That was always a fun one where a team would pick up a new sponsor. Like, yeah, you're changing your mouse by the way? I'm like, no, I'm not. Oh, no.
Well, technically, it's branded as this, but it's actually this.
Yeah, the classic one. Just the headsets hanging on the back of the monitors. That was always the
fun. That was the, yeah. It's like, I'm using this headset.
I promise you, I really like this brand.
Yeah, but anyway, slagging off every brand out there or giving them all love.
Look, if you guys give us
a
items, we'll be
doozy.
really nice.
He's the #1 fragger in the league right now, but Gustav just hit the 100 club after that performance.
Nice, man. And I love the fact that you saw DA's response. So this is the thing.
They were angry about that.
And I don't blame them. This is where Gustav is a sick player, but you shouldn't allow someone to get away with a 1v2 scenario like that. But it's you know, that's a high intensity scenario where you lose communication. Sometimes you have to just depend on that synergy you have with your teammate, that you know, okay, if he gets knocked, these are my options. This is where I can. You know, you go through that mental checklist that either communication dropped, something went wrong to allow that to happen. But also, I don't want to take away any credit from Gustav because he was good enough to exploit that. That's the big thing. Yeah. So game 1 for me was a success. We had a nice circle at the end, just south of Picado, quite interesting.
He basically 1v3'd Reciprocity before the 1v2 versus DA.
Yep.
Because he got the knock and then led to another knock and then got the final, obviously, on the knock-on as well. But this plane is it's relatively harsh to some of the northern teams.
Nice.
So CrowCrowd are going to have to make an adjustment along with Na'Vi. Also, maybe see Raise Your Edge having to go somewhere else. So it does look like CrowCrowd are going to go camp in the tower, possibly. Bumping into Raise Your Edge's territory. They can reach ChrizZ from where they are. We will see Na'Vi possibly going Valdemar, but with CrowCrowd making that adjustment, I guess that should be safe for them now.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait and see if there's any big adjustments on the back of teams changing things up.
Na'Vi was the original home of Valdemar, was their original home. Looks like M47 are going to go Valdemar instead.
We know Na'Vi have their north and south drop,
they
so
have
they
that
can
southern spread, don't
they can go back to it, and they've not. It's not like they do poorly from it either. They always seem to come out okay. FaZe, fine. Actually, I think most teams have.
We're getting a southern circle, by the way. Just putting it out there for you, everyone, because that plane path.
Slap bang west of Los Leones sort of deal going on here.
Yeah, either south or west of Los Leones, definitely. Definitely. We could have a Bendita, La Bendita. I like that one. Mitraleius, that's a really nice finish. We get it somewhere around there. Prison. It's not going to go down.
Let me dream. Do you know, I honestly, I know the maps pretty well. I've played a lot of it. Oh, hello. All right, here we go. Fun times. The reason this is fun is because it's horrible for most teams. Na'Vi
just based off the plane path itself.
Yeah, that's it. It's purely plane path dependent. This is fun now. So FaZe, loving it. Big grin on Fuzzface's face, I can imagine. That's a horrible sentence to say. Knights, perfectly happy. Team Liquid, okay. They used to never like going northeast on their rotations. This is probably a nicer one for them. Na'Vi probably annoyed because they could have been really nice coming down south from this. That would have been a really nice approach. But again, I'm looking at the likes of CrowCrowd as well. They've lost out here. This could have been a really nice circle for them, and purely because of plane path.
I'm not sure, because they were out the plane first, so they're going to be looting pretty quickly around Torramada, and then they can just bomb along the north, and then come in almost as though it was their rotation path anyway. So they can kind of match what they do, okay. And they will just sit on the edge of El Pozo like they normally do. We'll see the Knights go across to the farm field. Yeah, I can see. I think is it Drayden going there already? Oh yes, he is. Drayden's already going there. So there we go. What a surprise! And look, FaZe are going to go to that little compound on the road. Yes, FaZe are going to go to that compound on the road. These are all very tried, tested routes.
We'll get excited if it goes anywhere.
If it goes north, I'll be delighted towards Bendita. Or as like, was it yesterday? The first day? It was Friday, right? When it went to the ditch, the road, the
Death Valley.
Death Valley, that's the word.
It could do. I mean, it's a very popular ending. We'll find out. I mean, again, this is where it can still go a bit wonky, but we know. We know. We just cast over reruns. This is how we practice. Don't worry, guys. There actually hasn't been a live game of PEL for years.
Yeah, you guys at home, you've just been duped.
That's it. Big debate.
Anyone else going to reach the 500 club? Team Liquid close to it. It's starting to spread, isn't it? M47 was getting so close at one point, but look at that. They're now almost 100 points behind TSM. They were within 60 points at one point. So just yesterday's big performances from the top teams, and obviously today with TSM starting off strong. has separated them, and G2 are slipping further and further. Ninjas in Pajamas are still only 5 points behind them globally.
Stagnated
I don't know how that separates them.
Yeah, I really want to see NIP back into that kind of more punchy form we saw, you know, starting to really appear on a regular basis. They haven't been bad, that's the thing, they've not been bad at all, but I like to see them pushing a little bit higher here because they can be a really fun team to watch, especially end game. There were some really nice battles with them.
Something worth mentioning is also the bottom of the table, and there is a gap, as you can see. The Knights are, what, 48 points, 47 points ahead of ENCE. So there is a drop-off, and that's why you saw DA getting so irate about that, because that was a big time for them to score some big points, and they need them right there. They need everything they can get down there.
It's the most annoying things.
Ooh, no,
uh-oh,
Bjorn,
yeah, this is awkward.
You are on your own.
And MB, where is Bjorn?
Well, we're looking at NIP. They have TSM driving by. Bjorn in the picture-in-picture is already gone. And EB will find him. So Fex had kind of come there. Fex had come there, but he's just too late.
Yeah, it's a shame. It'd be nice to see if Bjorn could maybe take one with him, just get that quick flush or something. But
the nades are coming out from Fex, trying as best he can. He gets EB down, making still the push. He's got SIMSY around the side. He ditches down. Now he's got the support fire. The cover fire is coming in from mxey as well. They will get the revive off as SIMSY holds them at bay.
Fex can be so annoying here.
Is he going to follow the nade in? That's going to go straight into Gems.
Oh, he whiffed it.
Oh, no, it hit
What did that bounce off?
Hit the windowsill.
That's
yeah, and the second
unlucky.
one was gone too high as well. Well, I just had a vehicle coming up. It wasn't GL, so was that James that's maybe joined them as well? I can't see. From Fex's point of view, yes, it was. James has arrived as well now, so they've got 4 men around it. They can't flank around the right side because mxey and Hamster are there. But outside of that, it is going to be a single peak, and James will finish him.
James is so good. That headshot kind of saved him as well. You know what I mean? Like being that quick, that clinical, that accurate, keeps him alive and it wins him those fights because he didn't have much time.
The thing is, I don't think Team Liquid were planning on stopping here for as an actual spot. I think they were looking to move on, but that kind of they pulled up because they saw one guy there. Yeah, they have. They're off now. They're all in the vehicles and they're off they go. But the problem is it's delayed them enough. The reciprocity are alongside them. 7 up in the north as expected. I say that, they're not. They're way down south. I'm completely talking out of my backside. I didn't see where they dropped down there. I guess it makes sense because they normally go water treatment or divert to Los Leones.
Yeah, and let's see where Liquid end up after this, because this will be probably a different approach than they'd like. It won't be as centralized as maybe they'd be able to initially opt for. Maybe banking that this will move south, and that has been quite likely. It's not really ended up near anywhere northwest and mostly west. It doesn't really end on those areas, so you can see that kind of middle line of most of these teams. If you have the map stream open, I assume it is up now, that just basically will show exactly what's going on. G2 going to claim the East comfortably. Don't need to go too far in towards it. These teams basically feeling that they can be this dedicated towards picking up the spots early. Reciprocity following the path of Liquid. Very similar rotation route. Scoom, get in the car, put on the handbrake. You can do it. Oh, you know what? Close enough. Scoom, a little late on the scouting maybe. Might miss out on the info on Liquid here now after that, which is a bit of a shame. Could have maybe had a little bit more information on it. I don't know if Liquid are pulling up here. They actually might be. That would have been nice if he maybe caught to see one of those cars. He probably saw them moving over this way, but now he's lost maybe track of them here. But Liquid probably won't hang around. If they're scouting and moving, they might have found a better compound to move to now.
Liquid want to work the way up the road. You remember like they did yesterday? It was exactly the same game yesterday. Where they went up the road and they pushed M47. M47 in the same compound again. This time, well, it was 7 that crashed them, right? So we'll see. They're continuing on up the north. This northern push from the south side is weird. They got Na'Vi on the west side, 7 here, ENCE, DA, GamerLegion, DESPERADO. 6 teams all coming from the south side based on, obviously, the playing path and where they had to bail. So it's going to get very crowded. Bearing in mind the center is already occupied.
So are you going to reload? There we go.
It's a slow reload on the M24.
Just bullet by bullet. Yeah, Raise Your Edge up in the north, working their way in. miikaz.
His car's off, he's gone. He's gone.
I'm so mad about
Come
this.
back! No! It'll stop. He's like, it'll stop. It's fine. I meant
miikaz is just probably hoping that none of his teammates have seen him do this stuff. It's just like, please, just don't look at me. Turn away.
He's doing important IGL lead position stuff.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It was occupied. It was busy. It's down the road. He's like, you know, I meant to scout down here. Yeah, miikaz here. I meant to scout down this way.
Right,
did a kickflip there. Nice, Rustanmar.
Nice. Let's have a little
Navi getting engaged by M47, sorry, as they try and pull up. And that's risky, Rustanmar. That's it, keep going. 7 have whiffed it.
Yeah, he's been lucky. I don't want to say lucky to get away with that. He was scouting. Lucky. I think someone a little bit quicker on the trigger would have punished a big southern shift. Wait, have you seen this circle?
Oof.
That's not a likely one. And there's a lot of west in here.
6 teams were coming from this south side. This has worked out all for them. So 7 do get miikaz down. Maybe he was still chasing his car, who knows. He's managed to get knocked out. TRYFFELI, oh no, he's getting shot from the back by Reciprocity. Yeah.
Okay, this southern shift has made it so much fun now. Edelweiss does confirm towards miikaz. And 7, I felt
Team Liquid are just wedging between 7 and ENCE.
Where are they going to go? There is room on this hillside, but this is going to be really, really busy. A lot of the teams will opt for that kind of middle portion of the 2 roads ahead from south to north. Scoom popping off with the proper sniper rifle here. And yeah, let's see who pulls up on who, where they actually dedicate towards. PokeMoldoi trying to keep the house.
ubah, FaZe, what's going on?
Up in the same place. NOOKIE onto ubah. NOOKIE gets the better of it. Fuzzface
wanting to
trade.
What's going on behind me?
PokeMoldoi is baffled that this has gone on. He's like, wait, I was fine here. And now there's a kill? Who is here?
There's 2 teams fighting around me. It's like, I don't even know what's happening right now. Fuzz, oh no! Just come around the side. NOOKIE taken very low. PokeMoldoi gets involved. He runs around the side, says, I'll have some of this. CrowCrowd are going to be completely caught unawares. Look at this. It's a straight double, instant. And CrowCrowd get decimated, completely unaware that they'd actually gone into the spider's web.
You can't be doing that sort of thing. FaZe trying to stay alive now in a similar scenario, but Team Liquid helping them out. Senya being picked up in the meantime. He's the ItzzChrizZ. He's like, this is a weird combat. I don't like this place. I'm going to leave.
What are Navi doing here? He's like,
where's that car doing?
Where's that just come from? What is going on?
We found the car.
There's no one here. Okay, there's a dead guy there. There's
oh, Fuzzface is trying to stay alive.
He's like, guys, you'll never believe what just happened.
Dude, that was some weird town, man. That's some I don't know. That's some weird shit going on. I'm not looking at that. NELLOZ, last man standing for G2, trying to fight up against Reciprocity, fight for survival. Really nice nade. Almost caught off Monkey too. He can be a real nuisance in this. Scoom's got a good angle to work with, and that kick on the AK is going to punish on those peaks.
Right. Things have settled a little bit. N47 have managed to get past Team Liquid, so they're fine. They've gone into a southern spot. Nice headshot onto Scoom, but instantly responded. Shiv will catch them, and G2 go down in 15th place. N47 get everybody back together, and they've managed to recover. So with a heavy circle shift, some instant reactions to the rotations, and some mayhem, we lost ourselves 2 teams in the process, CrowCrowd and G2. Who has come out? Who's benefited from this in the shake? I mean, really, the southern teams that were slow rotating, Na'Vi, DESPERADO, DA, 7, all these guys were coming in late, and it's absolutely worked out well for them. Now it's going to wait for the northern shift from this one. Bear in mind, we don't mention the fact that we've still got this massive area of unplayable area within the circle.
Yeah, you're gonna that will move away from it, so it is gonna go east somewhat. Reciprocity banking on a big eastern move, not falling into the I guess train of thought that it will on kind of centralize on that cut of land, which it does often do. That's why a lot of teams have gone for it, and it can house a great deal. I like TSM's land grab. It's very spread out. It's risky, but they've been pulling it off recently. Southern again. Yep. This now is going to get very busy. That western side is super open. There is some compounds there, so you can put plays in it. Hamsters appeared out of the blue. Where have GamerLegion been? What? Well,
remember they lost loads. Bjorn went down, FX went down, etc. So Hamster obviously, and miikaz's there as well. Look, he's running. He's running in the blue. Okay, so they've that's 2 hard south shifts though, and now we have basically the pack that didn't go south. So TSM, FaZe on the move, Pittsburgh Knights, Raise Your Edge, NIP, all these teams now looking to find a new home. FaZe are sending it for the far western edge, and they're thinking this will be safe land. That little compound is open, and they're going to get there perfectly fine. So the 3 members remaining, remember they lost to ubah. lxey catching Drayden off guard. The rest of Razor Edge not with him though, so Drayden had a nade in his hand. A second nade from lxey may catch him off guard as well, someone who was holding the angle. He's waiting for the support to come in. He's got one other Razor Edge player with him. While that happens, NIP drive by. TSM go bypass FaZe, and everybody else tries to find a spot.
Yeah, TSM did get a little too close for comfort towards FaZe and got punished. Michael goes down. TSM, as you mentioned, moving to the west, all those northern teams looking for refuge over there. That's probably their best bet. It's the least, ideal territory, but it's going to be something, whereas everything else is taken.
It's the safest spot for now, right?
Exactly. Razor Edge trying to reinforce. Are they just going right in towards the Knights? What?
Yeah. They've already got 2 down, remember. They already took Drayden down. They've already managed to catch him out. lxey did the work there, so this is support arriving from the rest. Now, the Knights are in trouble because they're a man down, but Coldamenta is knocked on the approach. Real's holding the angles.
This is a horrible scenario.
This is a horrible corridor to hold as well.
Yeah, just spraying into the smoke. CrowCrowd, really nice usage there, just being above the smoke, playing off the side of the
Don't shoot each other, boys. Don't shoot each other. CrowCrowd gets lxey down.
Oh, what on earth?
You know, I thought that when they were in that nightmare, they're just shooting any footsteps that they hear. If Wanted just fires, he will finish lxey.
But if he had a nade, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Just pop one in there, thank you.
Well, Coldamenta's down as well. Is CrowCrowd getting the revive
There
off?
it is.
Yes,
this could be a nice pick-up of points. If he gets that nade in, gonna at least screw a couple of them over, keep him bleeding out. That's lxey down, I guess. Wanted. Timing on the window, not quite right. CrowCrowd gets the run by, gets the info, but I don't know, Razor Edge don't seem so decisive in this.
So Coldamenta's back on his feet. He's trying to nade out and do what he can. Meanwhile, 7 are sieging Rustanmar. He was the sole survivor in there. Wanted catches CrowCrowd off guard, and this is all going unhinged for Razor Edge. They've got to be careful. Snart going for the pre-fire. Gets it around the corner. As the nade come in, he's got to run straight into it. Oh my god, pushes straight on him. Eventually does get them down, but that nearly went very wrong. mertgungor's the last man standing, getting to get the revives off.
That was a bloody battle and a half. Rustanmar now in between 2. You got 7 on one side, NIP on the other, and just everyone is so close by. This is going to be a nightmare for so many of these teams. Southern again. It wanted to go to prison, I tell you.
So 3 South shifts has definitely caught a few teams on the hop, and you can't blame them because the center point was back north of Monte Nuevo. So Desperado's loving life. It's working out for them. Rustanmar.
Oh my god.
He's just sitting quiet in the smoke. They don't know where the hell he is.
They don't seem aware that he's even in this compound.
They've been nading him and everything, but he's just smoked it out so much that they have no clue. So he might get lucky and certainly catch one off. He's just waiting for a shadow to appear next to him. He's hearing the footsteps, listening. Where is SKUIJKE? Is he anywhere nearby to help out? Not really, no. He actually is outside. He hears one, gets one. Sadovnik down and instantly responded. And Buster will take him down, but they managed to get the point from it.
Yeah, that's what you can do, I guess. That northeast side, or it's not even northeast, the northeast side of the new circle is about to get really, really hard to move in towards FaZe. Looked like they wanted to move over, but now they've left the compound open, and TSM want to grab that one. FaZe going to send it back, but they might have just opened themselves up to a lot of trouble. Desperados, M47 join in, and Gustav has just turned up. Team Liquid trying to hold on to what they have, and gaxi gets denied. Picked off the back of the bike, he goes down, and Jeems gets the points, and Liquid try and keep control of what they have, which is not a great deal. NIP suffering all around here. Vard not able to find much safety, gonna have to just opt for what he's got and take the fight. 6mo falls, and NIP stay alive. Miraku is not that close to him. This is Liquid fighting the other side of it.
Yeah, they're down in that ditch, and they've not counted on Jeems being up here. They thought it was the gunfire from the house, but it was Jeems down low. There has been a knock on SIMSY, but NIP with MBS still down there in the smoke, but the second that smoke dissipates, Jeems has an angle on him and he's dead to rights unless Vard can help out. Vard himself, he's trying to flush out the rest of DA on the hillside, so he's trying to get involved in this. You can see him off in the distance there. Now 7 come in and get their kill. Vard's going to try and confirm it with a nade. He wants to try and bounce it through the letterbox and off the back, but instantly Mitraleius on the back.
Yeah, NIP were left in no man's land. It looked like none of their, I guess, intended areas gave them success. Now, a little bit too open there. Na'Vi from not that far away, if you're looking at the caliber of these players, can be racking up those points. I doubt a revive is looking too likely at this conjecture. Mert, though, in the car park. Yeah, having a little look around. He's on the run, trying to maybe look for a way forward. NIP are done for. Yeah. They were split up. They didn't have much to run to. They lost on every front that they went in. Now, normally I'm a bit I guess, skeptical of when Liquid split, but they've been having good games recently, so let's see what they do with it. It's a bit of a 2-1. That's
their 7th kill, Liquid now. They're racking up kills. This is a game when you only have these 3 big southern shifts. If you're in a team in the right position, you can collect a lot of kills. This could be one of those big games. There goes CrowCrowd as well. So 7 and DA all being picked off on this hillside. Reciprocity are moving over to finish off as well to try and see if they can get involved in all the chaos that's happening. They're the ones that are peppering Edelweiss now, and really not too many places for him to go. N47 up on the hills, they're just sitting quietly. They have a great compound for this current circle with 4 alive.
They certainly are. They are probably one of the strongest teams here. Desperados and N47 have the best spots as we speak. Buster's in danger. Shot from about everywhere. Golden Mentor claims that one. Going to put Buster out of his misery. And Edelweiss looks like he's not long for this world. Trying to get off the stims. Trying to buy some time here.
There
and it's an Eastern move.
N47, plumb center of this next circle. The big hillside compound has paid off for them. Team Liquid, you can see they could just move to James's position. This wide 3-2-1 split was worked out for them. Na'Vi will see that and possibly just continue moving in the same position. Team Liquid, the problem is it's an uphill battle, literally, as they have to run up with Na'Vi shooting their backs. FaZe Clan are making a move. They're going for the little shack, I believe. No, they've pulled up on the road instead and choosing to try and go on feet, but this is not a good spot. Na'Vi have an angle on them. It's a doozy down the road.
Yeah, they don't have much utility. I don't think that was a very late smoke. Yeah, Page from above. I thought he was safe from Na'Vi, so I was curious how he just got knocked, but it makes sense if Page had the angle, and there it goes. FaZe ran out of options. Ran out of vehicles, I think, at one point as well. I think TSM might have stolen one of them. I'm not too sure what happened. So TSM now have to run the similar gauntlet. They have to make it to the east. And look at the amount of fire coming towards them. Gustav, the MVP from the first game, looking to try and find his way through with Iroh. A similar pull-up. At least they're in. But now can they stay safe? They're at least, I guess, obscured from N47. They're just tucked down the hill, but Aduzi has line of sight.
He's going to be in nade range. He's got a single nade. That's what he's running for right now. He's going straight towards them to try and get that singular nade off. He's seeing the triple kill and thinking, I am the #1 fragger of this game. I want my damage stats. I want my kill stats. That's a little big peek from coming out from Gustav. There's the nade.
Timing,
is it going to be on point? The molly goes in after it. He's going to get close enough. Manages to switch to gun. Gets Rory down with the spray. The nade's not quite close enough, but it forces TSM back.
Yeah, TSM are in all kinds of trouble, but that's a really good nade from Iroh to slow down Aduzi. That slowed down the roll enough that they can at least stabilize for a second. And PokeMolodoi out of nowhere going to go down, and TSM more than stabilizing. They've taken down Raise Your Edge casually. Iroh wants in on the action as well. He's like, all right, Gustav, I saw what you did. Let me have my moment this time.
BesTeLosh, the last man standing for Na'Vi. He's got to cross the road yet, so he's going to have to actually smoke his approach now. The aggression has backfired on them. He's got 2 nades in his pocket, and that could be close enough. If he can get a little closer, you can see he's pulling the pin and already looking to try and toss it out, but TSM are backing away from this one. Have they backed off further enough? They're going to go up the hillside. They're spraying out into that smoke. The second nade will come down and misses off the side, and now they're just hoping they can hit anything.
While all this happens, N47 looks stronger and stronger as to Liquid. They are holding such good positioning. Gustav does confirm towards PokeMolodoi, and now BesTeLosh is very alone. The spray is not happening, and Iroh peppers away, and Iroh stands tall, and TSM maintain 2 players.
Big important points, because that was a battle between obviously the top 3. So taking points off your top 3 opponents, that is always going to help you and benefit them. FaZe Clan are going to be kicking themselves. Circle, well, N47, Reciprocity, Team Liquid all benefiting from this next move.
Nice
Reciprocity
move
looking to sweep around the south as well.
Yeah, I like what TSM's doing. They know this roadside is theirs. They moved Na'Vi away. They took out Raise Your Edge, so they know this is completely up for grabs. Now they need to scout out a nice approach on this hillside. They don't know much more information than maybe 200, 150 meters. So that needs to be their big thing. This south side, though, Lee, is scary.
They've got to be careful because N47 was shooting them from up on the high there, so they clearly is an angle. I think what they're doing is looting Na'Vi at the moment, so we'll see whether it works out. SIMSY's clearly found himself an Orm somewhere in a Wookiee suit, so he's in a happy land. Desperado's almost still with 4 alive. The battle now really shifts to this southern cliff edge, doesn't it? Hamster and Macandark. They still managed to survive GamerLegion. Remember, there were 2 players that were took down by FaZe Clan right at the start.
Oh, SIMSY, let's
love it.
Go.
Headshot too.
Play coming out. That was so well tracked, just leading the shot. So perfect. Now, if he converts another one, I'm in. I'm buying into it. I'm believing.
All in, SIMSY.
I'm believing.
He's going to be very happy with that one. Had a Norwegian film crew following him, I think, this week as well. He will do so.
Put it in the film.
Getting involved with himself and obviously his Norwegian former teammate, Jamesy. Gustav, though, will bleed out. So that leaves TSM just down to Iro. And that approach on the hillside is not ideal. Reciprocity hold the peak. GamerLegion trying to creep up on the back of them. They've got nowhere to go here because they're pushing in against Reciprocity on the right side, Desperado's on the left side.
Yeah, and there it is. You're going to see Ivor. That was the vision that we thought that they might have on that hillside, and they had it. Ivor does find Iro. Bit of a shame Iro just had a really good performance then as well. It would have been nice to see maybe a bit of a back-to-back big game, but SIMSY, he's not just done yet. Here comes Scoom. That's his, and Reciprocity clean out GamerLegion. Now the Desperados know who they're up against on this side. Good information to be found, how they respond to it, how they handle it. TomiL as an individual recently has been a bit of a standout for me, a bit of a dark horse of talent. Very, very good. So can he make something happen here?
He's right up close. Monkey has been smashing the damage stats as of late. A little unhand nade at that tree.
Ooh, they're both doing it.
Yeah. A little one back and forward. Scoom pops up, though, gets SIMSY down. That's the Wookiee gone. Scoom doing what he needs to.
Trade back, though. They're going blow for blow here. This is a really, really brutal battle between both of them. But the issue for Reciprocity is they don't have the numbers now. Desperados still have 3 standing, so it's not what you want to be seeing between either of them. And look at M47. They're spreading. They're pushing down south. That is smart, proactive play, and Erdia will suffer because of that.
Yeah, good work. And they instantly go back to their compound and say, job done, circle shifted. They have to come to us now. We've done the damage that we needed to. Scoom, the last man for Reciprocity. Desperados still with 3 alive. Don't know whether they managed to loot anything from SIMSY's corpse. Obviously, he had a lot of that level 3 gear on him. But now they have to push. This is a horrible push. That tree is really the only cover they have. And T-Bone with the Kar 98 is ready to go.
Let's see if he can bang out one of these shots. This is a perfect place for it right now. You see Desperados using the cover really well to try and get nice and close. Smoking up. Got Tom watching from the back, keeping Overwatch. Let's see if N47 prepared for this, or if there's even a way for the Desperados to get that close, they need to be under the hill. And it looks like Calvin and Ultra have done that.
This is the moment the Team Liquid need to move as well, because N47, I'm about to say, are getting siege. Team Liquid have a perfect angle on them, and they see Desperados around the side there, so Liquid are looking to benefit from this as much as they can. 9 kills and counted for the boys in blue. Scoom gets Mert, that's the 2 solo players going down, so managing to work it out for Scoom there. There's a crate. If Scoom's lucky, he might be able to find that crate as well.
Yeah, I don't know how much room he's going to have to work with. He's in pure just survival instinct mode. We did see that the Desperados have pushed themselves up now. They're at the door. Scoom going to work his way into the circle. Liquid are okay. I'm worried that N47, I'm not worried. I'm worried for Liquid because their push up towards N47, if it's forced that way, is going to be really rough. But then again, Desperados are just going to try and third party.
They've got these little compounds to sort of work their way close enough. James has got up there. He's got an M24, M249. I don't know where he's picked that up, so he's found a crate somewhere. James wants to get up close and personal. Everybody holding the angle. Ultra and TomiL, that's a risky push from them because it exposes them once again to SIMSY. That's the smoke that they need to just delay things. There's no nades left for N47, it looks like. Not really a lot of util left for Desperados either. SIMSY choosing not to go for the flank play, and look, Scoom playing it out. Ooh.
Don't peek windows like that, Ivor.
Yeah.
You know.
You lose your head. Your head's the only thing we'll see.
Oh, is he patient? That's the thing, right? No. This is it. Patience is really a virtue at these moments, and he's seen him. He knows he's there.
Nice.
Really good angle on the peak, using the handrail really well to do it, just kind of keeping himself very safe, not impatient, smart on that, but look at Liquid.
Scoom finds the crate. He's managed to get himself something good from there. SIMSY spotted as well. Ivor spins and takes SIMSY down. Sees Ibby as well down low. Might undo the rest of Team Liquid while Desperados continues to try and knock on the back door. Ivor is the one that's peppering them. Hasn't got the line of fire, though, to get and flush SIMSY out.
Close contact. You can see the Desperados so badly want to just get in here and get it done, but they're showing patience, which is not a bad idea.
And for N47, this is such a vital win that they need because obviously we've seen Team Liquid charging back ahead. N47 had got to 4th place on the board at one point, and they are within shooting distance, but you saw TSM, FaZe, Navi all picking up these big wins. Team Liquid with a double win, a massive double win with 15 kills in both games. This is something that Team Liquid do It's what we expected this week. We thought we'd see a performance, and it absolutely has delivered, but N47 could stop them here.
T-Bone just might have spotted Tom. I think he did, yeah. He's lining it up. This is such a close battle. It's on a knife's edge. You're so scared to heal in case the timing's wrong and someone pushes you. He does have timing to get off the heal. Same for TomiL as well. You see Calvin Klein holding his angles, making sure no one can push him, keeping tabs on it, pre-firing. Now, I want to highlight, you want to look at Caliber in these scenarios, you've got to put it with Liquid. So let's keep in mind how they play this out in comparison to some of the newer teams. You look at Desperados and M47, they weren't the household names. And Scoom, he's on his own, so I can't hold him to the same caliber. So I'm curious to see how Liquid decide this scenario, because look, SIMSY's got no helmet. I'm sure they're running low on everything.
I mean, technically, the 2018 Team Liquid lineup is all for present.
Technically, yeah.
Scoom's just like, guys, I'm with you. Still with you. Calvin, okay, so TomiL and Calvin, they're deciding to sweep around. They're going to run straight into Ivol's crosshairs. One more bullet will be enough. I think Team Liquid might pick it up. They will. EB just peeks to brow that hill, and that's going to be a flush as well. TomiL will go down. Another kill goes their way. Calvin Klein gets fined by T-Bone. So 10 kills and counter for Team Liquid. 6 for N47. Oh, no, he got caught on the fence. Oh, he's got the meds, though.
Needs to get the heal off pretty soon. And this has worked out really well for Liquid. They've let the others fight. They took up better positions on that final circle. They're thinking ahead, and that's smart. That's good work. But Ivol's been on... He's having a tear this game.
He's just smoked his cross there. I like it. He smoked his cross.
He actually might have a bit of room. They need to isolate one of the Liquid players to be able to give themselves room, but Scoom is going to offset this. Actually, T-Bone finds him. Big play from T-Bone. They're getting information here, but it's the final blow. Now it's the final punch that is going to be so tricky to get past.
A 3v3. Team Liquid are the ones downhill. N47 with just the single win they picked up on the Friday.
The smokes even the playing field. If they play with the angles they've just defined, there's a chance they can isolate some of these players to 1v1s. But look at Ibby, so hyper-aware of where they could move out of. I think he might have seen Ivol for a second. No, not enough. Again, kept humble here.
Saw him, but he had to try and pop a smoke because realized his pressure. Look at Page. He's quite in the open. He's looking to go aggressive. That's a really ballsy play from Page to try and go out there. Jeems, don't forget Jeems. He has that M249. He could just spray through all of this. He's kept quiet the whole time. SIMSY
is in a really big off angle right now. He is trying to hedge their bets, keep Jeems and Ibby as the ones to play the center point. So as soon as M47 move forward, it will be SIMSY to put them down. But the smoke comes out. Jeems has fallen. So is SIMSY. It's all on Ibby.
Ibby in a 3v1. Can't make it work. N47 get their second win. A massive win to take down Team Liquid. They're going to be happy anyway. They got second place, but you never know. Competitive players can always be a bit grumpy if they don't win the game. But wow, Ivol, that big peak on the railing, that started things off. It worked out well for the IGL, for the team. Sure, they had the compound. It went their way a bunch of times, but you still have to play it out, and they played it out very well in that 3v3 with Team Liquid.
Absolutely did. I want to highlight how well they utilized smokes to cut up the map to allow them to have fights against a team who's very well established. Liquid didn't overstep. They don't do that. They're a smart team. So they took good positions, but M47 took the right fights, and it got them the win. Let's head down to Sam, the guys.
So we have to talk about this because I got to interview this team on the first day when they won their first chicken dinner in Phase 3. And you'll remember that I asked a specific question and the response was no more. So I think we need to immediately address this situation. Well done, chicken dinner number 2. You said to me, no more chicken dinners.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now he has nothing to say. Gents, that 3v3, Team Liquid. A lot of the people watching at home, a lot of us that are sitting in the back there watching, I mean, you came up from contenders. You are clearly a force in this competition. Do you feel like this is the second chicken dinner, beating Team Liquid like that? Do you think that this is finally you standing up, saying to all the teams here, you should actually be worried about us now?
I think coming up from contender has made we grinded a lot, which make us strong as a team. And I think a lot of us have been sleeping in class for contenders because it is a hard grind to get up here. And when you finally make it, and we make it like this, it's really good, and it's showed potential of how good Europe is, not only PEL but also Contender League.
The Contender League has been impressive, based purely on your performance as a team. So what do you think is the biggest difference that you've experienced coming from contenders to here?
I would just say it's more about experience at LAN, because everyone here, they've played multiple seasons now. They've been, 6 months they've been playing here, and that's the biggest difference, honestly. Playing LAN, different environment, so it's really different to play, just in general.
G2 was in what my analyst desk likes to call the Big Five. Are you now part of the Big Five? Are we knocking out G2? Do we need to put N47 in the Big Five lineup?
To be honest, I think we need to play one more season to get into the Big Five. I think they are still a really powerful team, and we are like the more unexperienced team here. So I think like if we next season beat them again and get top 5, then we can change.
So humble. I would have gone with yes, I'm in the Big Five, but so be it. Final question, how many more chicken dinners?
No more.
Go back to the desk.
Before the week, they were the only team with no chicken dinners. And then I go and film Social Club, and I'm like, they're not doing too well. And then they win 2 right before, well, 1 before it airs, and now they win another one right after it airs. Damn it!
I will tell you why, though. Braexco was dead for a long time in that game, so he had no influence of whether to
Are you
throw
saying
the
he's
game or
sabotaging
not.
them?
If he would have been alive, they would probably not have won. You know, he didn't want any more chicken dinners, but now, no, well played by them overall. Nice execution. They managed to hold down the compound, they managed to defend it, and managed to push out and get Liquid as well. Even though Liquid had more ground and more space to play.
Is Vasco a vegan? Huh? Huh?
For chicken dinners?
No chicken.
If Vasco was a vegan, eh? Never mind.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh,
Maybe,
you guys
I
are
don't
rubbish.
know.
Whatever.
Why can't he just be vegetarian?
That too? Yes.
But
all right.
that wasn't the question.
Get back to the highlights, whatever. This was a crazy moment.
This was fantastic. 3 different scouts pulled up to this compound. Pokemon pushed onto CrowCrowd and got 2 of them. And Ray Jets as well with Knights pulling up with each other. That was such a great fight, a hotbox fight. I love that.
What we also saw from that compound of 3 of the team's crash was Fuzzface left that one. But he did something really good. He put out the smoke before he went into the car, making sure that one would bloom out and cover his retreat before he went out.
Crazy. A lot of rotations. We had a lot of southern shifts as well, so we had a lot of crazy rotations, as you said there, James.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams trying to sneak, trying to get their way in. FaZe was one of them here. They pulled up close to where TSM was here, but they were on the left side of the, from this point of view, they were on the left side of the road rather than where TSM is, and they actually managed to outmaneuver and outplay Na'Vi here.
Just before that happened there, we saw when they crashed into the side of the road there, they smoked, they made a smoke wall, and Gustav called back everyone, make sure that we're not within nade range. Also, he went out far out on the road actually, making sure they're not stacked up so they wouldn't go out in one nade if that would have happened.
Fortunately for Ultra, he got spotted by Ivor there towards the very end. And M47, he had a very, very strong compound to work from when it came up against Team Liquid, who had tons of smokes, but apparently not enough of the position.
Well, even if you have a strong compound, it also comes down to how you're holding it.
Yeah.
Because we saw DESPERADO, they came into the compound there. But M47 did manage to hold them out and actually just push them away and push them towards Liquid.
And usually when you see like you have 2 big or 3 big teams alive and there's 2 teams that are fighting in the compound, the other team we saw as well, we saw Liquid position themselves to kind of catch them and like be ready for them to come out. But they're actually really well prepared in terms of smoking out and playing around the smokes as well. So very nice play there from N47.
Is 1 through 8 up to the top. 20 points coming in for N47 and Team Liquid. 16 points with the 10 kills. Reciprocity 9 kills, and I think they came like 4th or something in terms of placements, or was it 3rd? 3rd in terms of placements?
Third,
Yeah, 3rd.
yeah,
Yeah, they got 5 points for placement.
So
that's 3rd.
pretty decent showing by them as well, to be perfectly
Very well.
honest.
They're going to break into the 400-point mark and be very close to an IP and G2 now.
I mean, 7 getting themselves 6 points there. It's not bad, but it might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, true.
Makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at how these 2 teams shape up against one another. M47 absolutely popping with 2,159 damage, and Reciprocity also finding themselves a good spot as well during all of that. It really does feel like Reciprocity, I think, you know, people like myself gave them a hard time at the start of Phase 2. It was going to be a little bit difficult for them. The roster changes, and also I think being here now for as long as they have, to be able to feel out the full lobby for the most part, has really benefited them.
Hey, 1K club!
Ooh,
that was not, none of us put our bet on Ivo.
No.
Look again, here, Vasco is not here. He did not roll the chicken dinner, so the other guys have to carry the heavy weights of the team. No, I'm joking. Vasco is also a fantastic player, but very well played, and nice to see Ivo to be the fifth guy to join our 1K club. Very nice. Welcome to the 1K club. That also means we have 3 teams in our plus 100 points for the week. Liquid is going to be on 114 points. N47 is going to be on 105. This is the second time for them, and so far it's going to be their best week.
Yeah.
They had a second week where they had 103 points, but we still have 3 more games to go, guys. So they can make this a monster week. Navi is also just on 100 points.
They could definitely top the week, in theory.
They're they're 9 points behind Liquid right now. So we'll see how that's going to go.
Okay, we're going to be going over to Sanhok next, boys. And of course, when we watched Sanhok yesterday, it was a very different circle to what we kind of initially thought coming in.
Super rare ending,
we want more of those rare endings.
Yeah,
I like to see kind of these throwdowns. I want to see a Northwestern circle. I really want to see how these teams, they rotate. I want to see how many boats is going to be used, because this is one of the roughest circles, the Northwestern ones, and there's going to be a lot of bridges camped as well.
All right, hold the phone for a moment, because I've just got word that we have a Twitter question coming in. So let's cool it down as we bring it to the forefront. Reader, read me the question.
How many times has Liquid gone down in 14th or worse? The 2-2 splits, they do seem to cost them too much in this phase. Well, not for the case for this week here. Sure, we can make a count later. We can come when we come back in the next break.
25.
We can see how many. You think it's 25?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
What?
So we usually were talking about it. What we would consider a bad game, or 0 or 1 point game.
Well, even if
how many of those are? It's probably between 20
even
to 30%.
Even if you go out on 14th, you can still manage to gather some kills, of course. And it's not about if you go out on 14th or below. It's about if you get how many points you're getting.
Yeah.
It's about not getting that 0 to 1, even 0 to 2 points, I'd say. If you can get above that, you get 14th place, it's all good.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, as you do answer that question. I appreciate that, Mr. Reader, as we now go to a short break here. Before we do that, though, of course, we're going to be taking a look at some few things. We'll be going to Sanhok in a few moments' time. Let's check in with SIMSY from Desperado.